Johnson, who just got married a few months ago, will accept about 600,000 naira per script. I have Dominic Rita.
Okay.
Based in the UK, and she'll accept 1 million naira per script.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. I have Omotola Jolade. She'll accept 1.5 million naira per script.
Wow.
I have Patience Ozurunkwa. She'll accept 1.6 million per script. Ini Edo.
Yeah.
Which up and coming, very recent.
Very recent, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. 1.8 million per script.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. And the highest paid Nigerian actress is the one and only Genevieve.
Of course.
Genevieve will accept 2 million naira per script.
Wow. That is interesting.
How much will Rosemary accept for a script?
My God.
Rosemary, she's the number one.
Bless your heart,
3 million minimum. 3 million minimum. We'll talk about it.
Bless your heart.
3 million liras? That's about $5.
Quit it, Mr. Heritage. I remember those days when the actresses were so few. When we had people like Liz, I believe Liz Benson, Regina Asker, and they were like really few. Now it seems like it's a lot of them there now, and they're doing pretty good, and that's very good.
Yes,
that's very good.
I agree.
Wow. So what about the guys in the industry?
The guys, for some reason, they're not, letting anyone know how much money they make. I guess, there are a lot of women out there trying to find out as it is.
Yeah, right. So, no, that's right.
So they're keeping their income undercover. So I did search. Believe me, I was trying to find out what Ramsey Noah made because I need to know.
And they need to pay tax here too.
Absolutely, right. But I'm really excited. I mean, with all this influences that all these famous actresses and actors have,
right?
I feel like someone needs to start advocating for them and maybe introducing them or asking them to get more involved in their community, trying to find homes and locations for homeless people and things like that.
Kind of give back to their community.
Yeah, right. And I always wondered, like, I remember.
Can you just hold on to that thought, please? I have somebody on the line. Caller, this is African Heritage Radio.
Yeah, my name is Omalabake. I'm calling from Nigeria, Ondo State.
Oh, okay. Omalabake, how is Ondo today?
Ondo is very cool today.
And unfortunately, the commissioner that is supposed to make it has been waiting, and we've not been able to get through to him. When we got through to him, he has the Speaker of the House of Assembly and about 15 other speakers from other part of Nigeria.
Right.
So there are about 16, and we cannot accommodate the 16 of them. So we have to reschedule the interview for the Ondo State Commissioner. So I think we're going to do that next week by the grace of God.
Excuse me, you talked about the Ondo State Commissioner. Are you not going to interview him again today?
No. He was engaged with some commissioners. Some speakers from other part of the country. He has been expecting us to do the interview earlier, but we couldn't get through to him. His phone was ringing, but he didn't get there.
Wow.
So, my.
Yeah, typical Nigerian problem. So. Right. But we do talk with Mr. Arulogun, Toye Arulogun
from your state.
From your state.
Yeah.
And we told him that you cover Ibadan, Bodija, and everywhere, and the place was dirty. And he said they were cleaning up now, and that we should send you back to those places and for you to do your findings very well. What do you have to say on that? And he did say that you need to get in touch with him.
Yeah, he said that too.
He said you need to get in touch with him so that they can rub minds. But what do you have to say to that?
Okay, wait. You talked about Bodija Market.
Right.
Even the whole of the state, the whole of the state is called the Pay-Federal State. But all these states that I'm seeing now, they are more than Oyo State in terms of cleanliness. I'm here in Ondo State now, and what I'm seeing in Ondo State now, especially this Akure, I really love it. Akure looks more cool and cleaner than Ibadan. That is one thing. Then Bodija Market. Actually, there's a kind of initiative that is going on now. And they are doing this kind of environmental sanitation every Thursday.
Yeah, he mentioned that too.
Maybe 8 to 10.
Right.
What is that?
He mentioned that too. Go ahead.
Okay, but still, I have not really seen what I want to see in the market. Because this market is a very big market that is incomparable to any other market in Oyo State or any other market in the Southwest. Southwestern Nigeria, okay?
Right.
Then, okay, so the government is actually making money from this market.
Can you tell your people to tone down the noise?
Okay, I already met with the chairman of the market union.
Okay.
For that market, okay? So when I had an interview with him, so he told me that actually the government is making money from that place, but the government has not made any tangible contribution. Even the last government that promised them that I think that should be maybe a political something, maybe because he wanted to come back. So he promised that he would make their road for them. So he actually constructed 2 roads, and these 2 roads now they are spots.
Wow.
If you see these 2 roads, you'll see potholes, marshes, debt. And yet these people, they are, what is it called? The chairman of the market union said that these people, that they are illiterate. Maybe that is why they have not been doing what they are expected to do.
Wow.
So they would see this debt, and yet they would place their wealth on this debt, and they will be selling, and people will be buying from them.
Wow.
Even myself, I go to this market almost every week. Let me just put it that way. And when I go there, I don't like when you enter into this market, when you come out, you will see a very big difference in yourself because one, you'll be very dirty. Okay, even all the cars that are passing through this market, it's a major market.
I hope you have called in when the special assistant was on. I mean, he would have been able to answer some of the question, but we promised to bring him back
right.
Because I love the way he was frontal. He was very direct. He answered the question, I think, to the best of his knowledge.
Right.
I have not met him. I don't know him from the Adams.
Wow.
And you know.
Well, what I can say now is that the new governor, maybe because he's new now, so he's trying to he said he's going to do some things, okay? So he just brought up the initiative, the environmental sanitation initiative. Maybe that one is going to work. But the people, maybe they would have to put a kind of, okay, somebody said there are laws, but there are no enforcement. But, you know, if you hit something, don't throw it. Don't just throw it. How do I put? You know, anyhow, they would eat. They would drink sachet water. They would do all sorts of things. But just the dirt from those things that they just ate, they'll just throw those things on the floor, just like that, on the road, anywhere. So that is actually making this town, this Ibadan, very dirty. Okay.
Okay, and you live in Ibadan, right?
Yeah, I do, but it's just that I go about a lot.
Everything sends you around a lot. That's what it is.
Maybe what we need to do is maybe what we need to do is Heritage needs to relocate you to Ondo State. I think you're loving it over there, right?
She's having too much fun in Ondo State.
No, it's not like that. No.
You are having too much fun in Ondo State. And
it's not.
Okay, I just received a message now that. I just received a message now that you've been declared a persona non grata in Ibadan. That means don't come back to Ibadan. For having all the effrontery to say that place is dirty.
One funny thing is that when I go about to Ibadan, you won't know me. So
not when your faces are in the newspapers these days.
Too bad because that one is for the newspapers. But when you see me, you would not know that I am the one again. Okay?
Wow,
so
she's walking around in disguise.
You know what? You cannot remain. You know what? You cannot remain incognito forever. Now, some of the assistants to the governors, some of the chairmen, they've known you now.
They are requesting for you to show up at the office.
You know what? They know my official self. They don't know me. They don't know my personal self.
They will start tracking you.
They don't know me.
They will start tracking you. It's going to be like what I told the guy, investigating the investigator. They'll trace you.
Yeah, they have to work very hard.
Okay. Anyway, we don't want to burn all your time. Thank you very much. And we still need you to call in probably in the next 15 minutes or so. We are bringing in the Osun State Commissioner for information. And we want you to have an input because you've been to Osun State. I want you to compare Osun State to Ondo and Oyo State. So we will be expecting you to call back in another 15 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll try and do so. Okay, you're welcome.
Yes, Rebecca, fire on.
That was wonderful. She really gave a in-depth insight on that market. And, what the government
maybe we should
do.
introduce her properly. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ms. Dane Relay Adepoju.
Yes, Omolabake. What she said?
Yes, Omolabake Adepoju. The Heritage Assistant Editor for the Southwest.
Nice. Wonderful.
So she is taking a call back. You'll be hearing a lot from her these days on the radio and probably on our TV program here. Picture, she was just deceiving herself. Pictures was on the Heritage. How will she not be known? How will they not target her? Unless she wants to start coming out in disguise.
She goes out in disguise. She has two personalities, her professional and just personal.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, Miss Rebecca, please, can you hit us in another 2 minutes because we have another guest coming. So we want to hear who is making the most among the guys.
They're not telling. I want to know, but they're not telling.
Absolutely.
You want to start dating?
I want to know.
Yeah, they're making in naira, though, not in dollars. Would you see us
I don't know what Ramsey Noah is making. I want to know how much Yemi Black is taking home. I just want to know.
Absolutely.
Are you telling people how much you're taking home? Rebecca.
Yes, sir.
How much are you taking home?
Well, it depends. It's African. It's African Heritage Media. You guys are writing my check. So whatever you say I make is what I make.
Okay. The time is now 12 minutes after 1. So should we write a check of $1.12?
No, not that little.
Okay, how about $1.13 per
I don't
hour?
think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. But I have an excellent information. Actually, I didn't even know this was going on, but apparently Nollywood is not only moving from Nigeria, Lagos, and all the supporting cities to Hollywood. The director and producer Pascal Otuma, there's Otuma, I'm sorry, has actually changed a lot of the I guess the way people look at Nollywood. Right. He and Ramsey Noah actually started pushing a few movies that has been done and is up to the quality and standard of Hollywood.
Yay!
And believe it or not, created lots of jobs in California.
Wow.
Okay, yes ma'am. His movies are distributed at Walmart.
Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. Nigeria is moving up.
We're moving up. We're stepping up again.
Right. He's distributed by Walmart, Target, Redbox, and Netflix.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful. I am so excited. When I came across this, I was trying to find the title of the movie quickly online because I want to get a copy of my own, you know. But the name of the movie that he did was, I guess, the one that he recently finished working on is The Trace.
The trace,
And
okay.
yes, ma'am. And you can definitely find those online at Walmart. I haven't checked with Redbox and Netflix yet.
Okay.
But I know definitely that I was able to find one of his movies online with Walmart. With Target, they had the title, but not the picture of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I'm very excited.
Me too.
And his movies, just compared to how much American movies cost in Hollywood, his movies are in a budget as low as $300,000.
Wow.
He has been able to create employment for over 300,000 people here in the States. Yes, ma'am. And there is a new article that's moving Nollywood from a $200 million business to an $800 million business now.
Oh, my.
Yes, ma'am. Money is going back into Nollywood, and people are really noticing. But he's really doing some serious things. He's actually promoting his movie next month on the 14th in Los Angeles. And he included some Hollywood actors actually in this movie. Akeem is in there. Michael Blackson is in that movie. He did Next Friday Repose.
Wow.
Akeem K. Kazim, I'm not saying his name right. He was in Hotel Rwanda.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Tanji Miller was in Medea's Family Reunion.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. She's in that movie. And Rakez Adoti was in a movie called Amstead Resident Evil Eclipse. I mean, the list goes on. And, of course, Ramsey Noah was in that movie as well. And I'm just, this is work in America, by the way.
Wow.
And I'm really excited that we're moving up. This is a Nigerian director, producer doing his thing here in the States, and putting, and the lead actor in that movie is Ramsey.
Wow, that's really commendable.
Yes,
that's nice to know.
Yes,
we are really stepping up.
Absolutely. And, this is definitely something that has been long time coming.
Exactly.
And I'm very excited that it's a reality now.
Wow. When we return, I'm going to have you talk to me about Omotola Ekede, because I know that she's going to be featuring in one of those movies here in the United States with major American actors. So just hold on to that thought while we take a commercial.
Ọ̀dọ́mọkùnrin tí ò wálé dúra rẹ̀ lóbìnrin wálé ilé là wá àwọn àgbààgbà òkété forí òkìtì ṣe yẹ̀wò omi nílé ẹja àbàtà nílé ẹ̀kúùkù tòun tẹlẹ́gúngún ló mú létí ra wọn mẹ́bí rorẹ́ ò lè jà ó mú létàgbọ̀n sàlẹ̀ a kì í gbà kàkà lọ́wọ́ akitì a kì í gbà lé bàbá ọmọ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ẹ wálé orí oyè kì í sùn ta Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá ti gbégbà ọ̀tún wọ̀lú ẹ wálé orí oyè ẹ má forí oyè ègún gbàgede Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá ti gbégbà tuntun wọ̀pínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun mo ní ẹ wálé kí ẹ wá woṣẹ́ ribiribi tí Rauf Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ṣe ẹ wálé ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun ẹ jẹ́ ká relé orí oyè kì í sùn ta o mo ní ẹ jẹ́ arélé orí oyè kì í sùn ta ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun ẹ wálé ẹ jẹ́ arélé orí oyè kì í sùn ta.
With that, we are just introducing the Commissioner of Information, Honorable Sunday Akere, and the advert is sponsored by Dr. Okpawoye.
You're welcome to the program, sir. My name is Rosemary.
Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Sunday Akere. I'm the Commissioner for Information and Strategy in Osun State, Southwest Nigeria.
Thank you very much for honoring our call today. Ms. Rosemary has been in Osun State. I want her to come with the first question because he has covered your oh yes.
Hi. Yes, sir. I was in Nigeria around February/March, and I had the opportunity of covering the OES program and the job that Ogbeni Rahuf Aregbesola is doing in Osun State. I was honored to be able to interview him, and I see the good things that he's been doing. Talk to me, if you will, sir, about the development since right after OES. OES created about 20,000 jobs for people in Osun State, which was remarkable.
Because we showed that on our TV program.
Yes, we did have that on our TV program. We had the features on our news publications as well, and we spoke very well about him, of him on our radio program as well. But when I interviewed him, he told me that the next project was agriculture. So how far have you gone with that? Yes. How far have you gone with that, and what is next?
Okay, how far we have gone with the OES?
No, with the agriculture after OES. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I'm sorry if the network or the transmission is not very clear.
Oh, I'm
Currently,
sorry.
as I'm talking, I'm in Calabar.
Oh, okay.
Cross River State for the 42nd National Council of Information meeting.
Wow.
And the network here is not very clear, but I will still try to put in a word or two on the questions you are asked.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
The also Youth Employment Scheme,
Yes.
which is the OES,
Right.
is a project after the heart of the governor of Ipinle Omoluabi, Ipinle Osun.
Right.
During his campaign for the position of governor of the state in 2007, he promised the people of the state that within 100 days, if voted into power, he is going to create 20,000 new jobs without taking any from those that have been in the employ of the state government before.
Yeah.
And true to his word, within the first 100 days, Ogbeni Rahuf Aregbesola employed 20,000 youths into the OES scheme, the Osun Youth Employment Scheme.
Okay, right.
When we wanted to start this program, forms were issued out, and it was very, very funny to discover that for a vacancy of 20,000, 253 people applied for the 20,000 available position, out of which we only able to take 20,000, which we have fully employed.
Excuse me, Mr. Commissioner. Mr. Commissioner.
To create jobs, value employment within our society, and also make sure that the youth in our society are no more being used for evil fighting. Wow. They are no more being used as people, that they are fully engaged in a vocation after their own. The OES scheme is supposed to be fashioned to 6 different segments. We are going to have the sanitation corps, we are going to have the teaching corps, we are going to have the engineering corps, we are going to have the sheriff guards, we are going to have the traffic managers. And what we are doing presently is that we have, the OES people have started since February. The government of Ogbeni Rahuf Aregbesola is now in the process of distributing the cadets into each of these 6 various groups. And we have just announced that out of the 20,000, we are going to draft about 6,000 of them that has minimum qualification of HND and above into the teaching corps in the state. Wow. And they are in the process of certification and submission of their credentials now. And the essence of this OES scheme, which we want to use which we are using in Osun, is to use it as a stepping stone for people that want to join the civil service of the state. We want to use it as the service compulsory service program, which some other countries are doing, and it is the first time, not only in Nigeria, in the whole of Africa, that the government will at one fell swoop engage 20,000 people.
Right.
Actually, Mr. Commissioner.
So that's the credit. That's the credit which World Bank also have commended Osun State for, and the World Bank has sent a team to the state to study how we were able to do it.
Well, Mr. Commissioner, It is not only the World Bank.
Yeah.
It is not only the World Bank. We have shown that program here because we were in Nigeria. African Heritage Media was in Nigeria. We recorded it and we showed it on PBS TV here. And a whole lot of people were telling us that we are lying.
Yeah, they didn't believe that it was possible to recruit 20,000 people at the same time.
The issue with the problem with us Africans is that we find it difficult to believe.
No, Mr. Commissioner. Mr. Commissioner.
This is not a matter of yes.
Mr. Commissioner, it is not because they did not believe. They were stunned.
They were stunned by the...
Because Rosemary here, my partner here, covered the program.
They were stunned by the magnitude of people engaged at one festival.
Thank you. That was the surprise. So they started calling us and asking us if it was...
It takes determination. It takes courage. And that is what we have in our amiable governor, when he voted there, most of us, his followers, would never believe it to be possible. And by the time it started going gradually, it was then that we discovered that with determination, with courage, well, nothing is impossible for one to achieve.
Yes,
in Osun and other states that are copying now, at least as today, I can tell you that Oyo too is in the process of engaging 20,000. Ogun said they are going to engage 10,000.
But Ogun, Mr. Commissioner,
a good example in Osun.
Mr. Commissioner,
what we are able to achieve with the OES.
Mr. Commissioner, Ogun State lied to us.
Yes, that's true.
They lied to us. Ogun State does not know what is. Ogun State has not. Ogun State lied to us. They said they were going to create 10,000 within 100 days.
Within 100 days. And
we got their commissioner here. He could not explain why they were not able to employ just 3,000. They did not even employ 3,000. What they did was they drove. What they did was
in the paper that we read about was that they're going to engage 10,000.
No.
So
they said
it involves a lot of planning.
Yeah,
Mr.
Commissioner.
A lot of praying. It involves a lot of commitment.
Yes, Mr. Commissioner.
For the glory of God, we want to do it here.
Yes, Mr. Commissioner. The problem with Ogun State, we had the I think we lost him.
We lost him.
We probably lost everybody now. Anyway, if the commissioner is listening to us, the problem with Ogun State is they overpromised and they underachieved.
Right.
They promised that they were going to give us 10,000 jobs within 100 days. Actually, they did not give 1,000 jobs.
And it's been over 100 days.
It's been like 200 days now. What they did was they even fired the one that was engaged, the one that was employed by the former governor of Ogun State. They fired those people.
Yeah, because they wanted to disassociate themselves with from his administration, which was a bad idea.
Exactly. So,
it's sad that it had to be that way.
It has to be that way. So, well, this is African Heritage Radio. My name is Timmy Amusha, and with me is Rosemary Osho. And this is 27 after, and we are still left with one interview to go. Yes. And we might not be bringing back this commissioner, the one that just cut off, because
his connection is
the connection was
really
bad.
Yeah.
So we will not bring him back. We probably will reschedule his own interview for
later. Another day.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is Nigerian connection for you. That is Nigerian phone system for you. And when you talk,
it's gonna get better.
Well, we've been saying that for how many years now?
It's gonna get better. Look at the figures that Rebecca is giving us. Who ever knew that Nollywood would get to this point? So it's one step at a time.
Well, Nollywood is entertainment. This is real life. This phone is not entertaining anybody at all.
Same psychosis.
You don't think Nollywood is real life?
No, we're talking about telephone now.
Telephone.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I was just reminding him because he thinks our connection is really bad.
Nollywood is live.
And I said to him that, we didn't even think in our days that we could hear the kind of figures that you're giving us now. So if we can do it in Nollywood, I'm pretty sure that our phone system will get better. There was a time we were lining up at Nitel just to make a call.
I know. Right.
Well, so,
it's because we have retards as the head of state.
Oh no.
Yeah, we really have some
Oh
wizards.
no.
I'm telling you, when you have General this, General that with high school qualifications
And
and
can
those military
differentiate their
capability,
left leg from
and they
the
cannot,
right.
they walk around with two left legs. What do you expect?
Right.
You have General
exactly.
Abacha that will not take any question that has not been prepared for about 2 months.
That's okay. The man is
Wow.
dead now. It's between him and
Right.
his God.
He's
So you
gone.
have
So we
Right.
leave him alone.
You have General
Exactly.
Babangida. You have General Babangida that is smart, but is his devilish attitude.
The guy is actually a very brilliant man.
No, Babangida.
Very
Babangida is a brilliant
very
man.
brilliant.
know
But
what
you know what?
happened.
When you do not nurture your brilliance into something positive,
Right.
you are worse than the devil.
Right.
That is why they call him Maradona, the guy that is going to dribble everybody. If he says
Right.
if he says
He was
yes,
very
it means no.
manipulative.
If he says good morning, you watch this
My
guy.
girls be 12:01.
Right.
Talk about 5 p.m.
Right. I mean, with the market thing though, what's so funny is actually growing up, I remember going to Aswani in Lagos with my grandma. And I remember, actually, my grandma would have like a little thing that she would be selling. Yes,
Rebecca,
sir.
when was this? 1926?
Okay, look. Okay. That's not the point. That's not the point. Okay, that's not the point.
I've known Aswani since 1914 in the Solo area,
You
right?
weren't even born in 1914.
I know. Talking about me. But the funny thing is, if my grandma didn't pay for her little section, which is on the streets, you know, they would throw her things away or seize it or whatever. And my thing is, if the government is literally getting income, especially the local government specifically, is getting income from these vendors, trying to sell their things, what is the money used for if not to preserve that area, to bring more business, to get more people?
Because the money, 9 out of 10 times will get into the wrong pockets.
Man, so it wouldn't even get to
It
where
wouldn't
it's
even
supposed
get,
to get to.
exactly.
Not
So that's why
not
the
only
market,
men and women.
that's why the situation just keeps deteriorating at the markets. It's sad.
There has to be, a system set in place to protect
I
that.
cannot believe.
Right.
I still cannot believe that you mentioned the Aswani market.
What is wrong with the Aswani market?
I know. I love that
What's
place.
the
You could
problem?
get anything there.
Because Aswani market has been in existence since about 45 years ago.
That was the my grandma every Tuesday I never got a good sleep. I didn't like that day, but I loved it. We ate all day instead of us selling things. We were eating.
That is so true. That's the best part of going to the
I'm
market.
telling you, I just loved it. It was so much. And you had to be there like at 4 in the morning. I'm like, who wakes up at 4? Like, who? We're on the road at 3 trying to get there before 4. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But it was really, really fun. It's a really great experience for anyone. I would definitely recommend it. But the government needs to do something about it, though.
They do
Really.
need to. That's sad.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Where I have my producer here, Mr. Jeff, that has been teasing me about me not speaking Nigerian language very well and stuff like that. He said my pronunciation in Nigerian language is bad.
He didn't. He just said work on it.
Okay. His name is Jeff Gamash.
That's what all he said was, I
And
think
I'm
you need to
speaking
work on
Yoruba
it.
language. And my producer is telling me to work on my...
You were yelling at Rosemary a minute ago about her pronunciation,
Exactly,
okay?
At least I understand the language that Rosemary is trying to speak. Jeff cannot say Bawoni, which is hello in my language.
Wow, that's funny.
At first, I thought I was hearing wrong. Anyway, Rebecca,
Yes,
we
sir.
really enjoyed the Nollywood information that you're
I
giving
know.
us. But in
Absolutely.
your estimation,
Uh-huh.
which one of the movies stand out as the best movie that you ever watched?
The movie I would say that really woke my taste for Nollywood, I would say is The Game.
Wow.
The movie The Game.
Hold on to that talk.
I've not
This is
seen that
African
movie.
Heritage Radio. My name is Timmy.
Caller, you're on. Oh, gosh. Wow.
Well, I hope that caller will call back.
I've not seen that movie, but I've heard good things.
Absolutely, and the best, I would say, the best part about the movie for me is technology. The story was good. It was, it's not a child movie or anything,
Right.
but it really just it had a storyline, a unique storyline. It talked about love. It talked about money. It talked about people trying to make it.
Love stories.
That's what the Nollywood was about when they first started. They used to have really good lines, but at one point
They used to have a very good line, but bad.
Yeah, but bad production. And after a while, it just seemed like they'd run out of stories.
No. They improve on the production and
they run out of stories. So to now hear you talk about the game and how good a movie it is something. It's very refreshing. I remember one of the movies that I watched that actually made me start to watch Nollywood movies. It's an old one. It's titled The Violated, or So Violated. I think it featured the now commissioner in Delta State, what's his name, RMD, and Eno Ego or so. It was a really good movie with really good
pronunciation.
I know Ego.
Right.
It was a really good movie with really good storyline, but the production wasn't that great. So I think we're stepping up the game. So it's getting better.
To be honest with you, I think the Nollywood, which is the version of Hollywood here in Nigeria, is the greatest achievement of the past 10 years beside the GSM. Beside the GSM is the greatest achievement of Nigeria.
Absolutely.
And I cannot say it any I don't know how to say it beside that. To be honest with you, this avenue has opened doors for so many people. This was a profession that was left for insolent people.
There you go.
People
That's
cannot make headway in life and stuff like that. And now, PhD holders, masters holders, and graduates are they are even begging to be employed in that in that industry now.
Right.
And if they know what they're doing, all they just have to do is, because somebody told me I met a lady from Zimbabwe. She told me that beside football, Nigerian movies is what we watch all the time.
Wow.
Because
I believe it. I believe it.
None can rival soccer in Africa or in Europe.
Right.
Absolutely.
Soccer is number one. Not even religion. Soccer is number
absolutely.
one.
Right.
Because if the Pope is preaching and there's a soccer game, forget it. Nobody's going.
Nobody's going.
The Pope is watching anyway. The Pope is watching. The Pope watches all the World Cup.
Right. Absolutely. And to even add to that, there is so many. I had to make sure that this information was legitimate, and they were talking about the same industry, Nollywood.
Right.
Nollywood, number one, is the only industry that has the ability to, except for the piracy section of the movie industry, is the only industry that doesn't have enough time for it to be corrupt. Or to be illegal, because they have such a short time. As soon as the money gets into the producer's hands or the director's hands, they have anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks to make the movie and shoot the movie and produce the movie.
But one thing is this: I've never seen anywhere in the world, either Nollywood or
Hollywood,
or Bollywood, which is in the Indian wood, right? Everybody has a wood now. Bollywood, Niger wood, Gollywood.
Gollywood, Nollywood, Bollywood, Hollywood.
Yes, but I've never seen any wood that produces movie like Nigeria.
Right.
How can you guys produce about 100 movies within 1 week?
Exactly.
This is
Exactly.
crazy. That is why they ran out of storyline.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. And
within a week, how do you
and
it?
and single-handedly, we were talking about employment earlier. Single-handedly, the movie industry is the only traceable industry that has been able to provide 1 million jobs for Nigerians.
And somebody was talking about 20,000 jobs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that. If they want to invest, they should invest in entertainment because that's where the work is. That's where the jobs are.
You know what? Maybe I'll write that down. When the the two commissioners are here on when they come back on
maybe on Friday
next Friday. We will tell them to do that because I know the federal government is now realizing that they need to help the movie industry
because it's bringing in money.
It's bringing in a lot of money. People are not coming out of college and start looking for government jobs anymore.
Absolutely.
They just move straight. We have lawyers now that are acting.
Yeah.
Funke Akindele
is a lawyer.
She had a law degree. She never practiced.
Yes, she's a bachelor. Absolutely.
Adebayo. What was her name? What was his name again? Adebayo.
Salami.
Yeah.
Adebayo
Salami's son.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer. He never practiced.
Yeah.
They have an office, but they don't go there. All they go and shoot his movie. They're making more money doing movies than becoming a baby lawyer.
And believe it or not, like most Nigerians that are in poverty, I would say, according to an article, it says about, only 20% are either just right above the poverty line, actually has a, 9 to 5 that they go to, or definitely in poverty where they're just taking whatever comes through. They live on about $1 a day. Yet, the movie industry is making so much money. People are renting movies. People are buying movies. Like I said last Friday, it is healing for people. It is a dream, imagination, something that they didn't think could possibly happen. It's happening. The movies have happy endings, even though their lives, are the reality of their lives are not. So it gives them hope. It gives them determination to do better. And it inputs ideas of how to possibly get away from that situation, or what to do to maybe even come out of poverty. I mean, just so many, and providing jobs. What other sector is doing that without you knowing someone, without you having an insider's connection to a specific position, or have a certain degree? In the employment world in Nigeria, you have to know someone. You can't just walk into a Fortune 500 company and say, I want a job.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. But with the movie industry, they need people holding the microphone. They need people washing dishes, feeding the people acting. They need people. I mean, just so many aspects of the movie industry needs people, and they're hiring them. As a matter of fact, I was watching a documentary about a few directors in Nigeria, and there is a scene, a scene in the movie, and the scene in that movie required someone to present a newspaper to the actor. The director saw a newspaper vendor walking by, called them, say, hey, this is what you need to do. I'll give you 500 naira to do this. That was it. That was it. I'm telling you, Rosemary, that is how it goes down. Okay?
Oh, my goodness.
That guy just made 500 naira. Yeah, can you imagine? That is what I'm talking about. Real people making money, real people going to work, real people putting foot.
Oh, we lost her. Did we uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to African Heritage Radio. My name is Rosemary. We just lost our entertainment correspondent, Miss Rebecca, who was giving us in-depth analysis about the Nollywood. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back on African Heritage Radio.
They're actually running a commercial, a trusted commercial.
Wálé ilé làwa ọ̀dọ́mọkùnrin tí ò wálé dúra rẹ̀ lóbìnrin. Wálé ilé làwa àwọn àgbààgbà òkété forí òkútì ṣe yẹ̀wò. Omi nílé ẹja àbàtà nílé ẹ̀kúùkù. Tòun tẹlẹ́gúngún ló múlé tira wọn. Mẹ́bí rorẹ́ ò lè jà ó múlé tàgbọ̀n sàlẹ̀. A kì í gbà kàkà lọ́wọ́ akítì, a kì í gbà lé bàbá ọmọ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ. ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀ṣun ẹ wálé orí oyè kì í sùn ta arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá ti gbégbà ọ̀tún wọ̀lú ẹ wálé orí oyè ẹ má forí oyè ègún gbàgede arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá ti gbégbà tuntun wọ̀pínlẹ̀ ọ̀ṣun mo ní ẹ wálé kí ẹ wá woṣẹ́ ribiribi tí rauf arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀ṣun ń ṣe ẹ wálé ọmọ ọ̀ṣun ẹ jẹ́ ká relé orí oyè kì í sùn ta o mo ní ẹ jẹ́ arélé orí oyè kì í sùn ta.
That radio, that commercial was sponsored by Dr. Opawoye. We have a special guest on the phone right now from Osun State. I will allow him to introduce himself. We've been trying to catch up with him, but you know the telephone system in our country, and we are not ashamed to say that we are improving.
Yes, we are. We'll get there.
Well, my guest name is Dr. Yemi Adegoke. You are welcome to the African Heritage Program, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Good evening to you. Well, okay, good afternoon.
Please, we want you to briefly introduce yourself, and we have a lot to talk about within this 15 minutes. So we'll cut the question and answer short, because we are trying to know a lot within this 15 minutes, and we allow you to first introduce yourself, sir.
Well, I'm going to do a very brief introduction. My name is Yemi Adegoke. I'm currently in Osun State, where I'm doing some work with the Osun State government on the promotion of tourism for the state. We call it a commercialization and industrialization of tourism, because our opinion is, if you don't tell your story, nobody else is.
That's
and
right.
we think in Osun State, we have a lot. We historically, culturally, artistically, we have a lot to showcase. We're the custodian of Yoruba culture, the ancestral home of all Yoruba. So we have a lot.
Thank you very much. And the African Heritage Radio is actually sending a team home very soon in the first week of October.
Of November.
Ms. Rosemary will be leading our team.
Of November.
Of November, sorry.
Get it right?
Yeah, I'm trying. It's been a long day.
We're already at the end of October.
Yeah, that's right.
The first week of November, by the grace of God, we're sending a team of crew home, which will be headed by Ms. Rosemary Osho. She will try as much as possible to touch almost every aspect of the cultural legacy that was left for us by our ancestors. She'll try to go to Oshogbo, Okparamiyo, and I know Professor can help me. I mean, Doctor can help me a lot on all these sites. She will be in other states like Abeokuta to do the Oluma thing. Yeah. But Osun State actually have a lot to cover.
Yeah, cultural heritage. That's
Professor, please, how can we? Because when we started showing the Aregbeshola's inauguration and OES program, people were asking us, "Where
if this was for real?
Is this for real? How can somebody employ 20,000 people?" But Commissioner Akere has thrown some light on that, how he was able to do that. But the culture thing, we will be able to show it on our network here too.
Right.
And we think that can generate a lot of fund to the state, even if we are bringing in 2,000, 5,000 monthly. I'm talking about money. People.
Right.
They will spend their money there. They will lodge in the hotel there. They will do, even if they are spending an average of $200.
If I look at it this way, a lot of people assume that Africa was this dark continent discovered by explorers from Europe and all this.
Right.
It's nothing further from the truth. If you take even our mode of dressing, the type of dresses we have, the fact that here in this part of the world we discovered steel before Europe, these are archaeological facts. The fact that even some of our dresses, some of our towns are older than 1,000 years, some of our villages, They might be run down, but they are there. The fact that our history continuously is more than 1,000 years documented, provable history, dateable history. The fact that, yes, we've been at war, our civilization, some part of our civilization predates Egypt. Egypt didn't grow out of a vacuum, but the fact is, history, the way it is taught, is normally written by the victors.
Right.
All we say now is this: come and see. We're not just talking of Yoruba history. We're talking about culture. We're talking about history. We're talking of even the nature of gift. How many of you know that here in Osun we have 3 waterfalls?
Wow.
We have
Never knew that.
Oh, wait, you now know.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. I'm enjoying it.
How many people know? I mean, how many people know, for example, that the capital of Ghana, Accra, was actually originally established by immigrants from Ile-Ife?
Wow.
Accra itself, the capital of Ghana. How many people know that Danshiki, which everybody assumes is the epitome of Africa dress, is just a work dress? It's just it's like a shirt to your coat.
Right.
So it's just an everyday working play. We have so much to showcase. How many people knew that apart from China that discovered silk, our ancestors actually had silk? That we actually had silk prior to Europe or any other culture outside China. How many people knew that? All they know is what they've been told. And that is why we're trying to make an effort to say, well, listen, don't just take our word for it. Come and see, visit, verify.
That is
we
exactly,
have a lot to show.
Doctor, that is exactly why we need to open up to the world. Because even in the United States here, everything has been chunked out by the alphabet news media.
Right.
Yes, of course.
One of the reasons we found this African Heritage Media, we started with African Heritage Radio. Is
tell our story.
Is our effort to be able to tell our story by ourselves.
Right.
You've said it before. You said stories are being told by victors.
Right.
Yes.
Of course.
During the scramble and the partition of Africa, they tell us whatever they tell the world whatever they want to tell the world about us. Some people will say we live on the street, on the trees.
There are some people who
will
still
say we
believe
don't wear
that.
clothes.
Yeah, people still believe that.
You see, and some alphabetical television stations believe that crap here.
Yes.
Well, you see, ignorance is not an enduring trait. It's not endearing as well. We don't like. But
yes, but our leaders has to be blamed too.
Right.
We had leaders, and I'm talking about Nigeria as an example. Nigeria is a very rich country, being administered by poor leadership.
Absolutely.
Brain dead leadership.
Well, the essence is you were criticizing Nigeria. You have to pity a lot of the leaders in Nigeria.
Yes, but if our leaders has opened up the channel of civilization, if they've opened up what we have, there's no reason to go to Brazil to celebrate what we have in Nigeria. Osun State is much more celebrated in Brazil than Nigeria.
Right.
Yes, of course, because the Brazilians appreciate what they have.
There you go.
Thank you.
That is so true.
And they have purposeful leaders.
That is so
There is no poverty worse than mental poverty.
Wow.
And educated illiterates are the worst type of illiteracy.
That's true. That is
Are you
true.
looking at people in Brazil, some aspects of Cuba, people who appreciate our culture, people who know the value? We have been educated to the point of becoming semi-illiterate again.
Wow.
In other words, because if you don't know where you're coming from, you have no idea where you're going.
Right.
And the world in Brazil, where there are people in Brazil, part of the United States, and others. And to a significant extent, some of what we are trying to do in Oshun also is to have a reconnection, reawakening. In other words, to have a consciousness again of where we were, where we currently are, in a semi-darkness, and now moving on to light. Because you can't always even blame some of the leaders. And then, of course, some of the leaders are not real leaders in the first instance. They are dealers who masquerade as leaders. But it's not a Nigerian thing, because remember, you cannot say this is Nigerian culture. You can say this is Yoruba culture, this is Hausa culture, Igbo culture. And if you tie two eagles together, between them, there are four wings. They cannot fly well. So that is the issue.
So what you're saying in a nutshell is that the amalgamation of Nigeria has become a fraud. That is what retarded that very country. If I can hear you well.
I wouldn't put it that way.
Because it's the time together, Doctor, it's just the time together of about 6 eagles now. And they are flying in diametrically opposite ways.
Well, it depends on the way the thing comes together. The United States itself,
I like you, Doctor.
It's based on Anglo-Saxon culture. So we got to remember that. And because it's the dominant culture, the Nigerian culture or the Nigerian community or the Nigerian society is not yet have a dominant culture upon which you can then build everything else. So it is finding the consensus, because even this culture that we're promoting, to some other aspects, to some other Nigerians, might be anathema to them. Because they might not understand why you can have these, why you have to do this. Whereas, it's our inherited culture. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
I challenge any other community in the world that has the tolerance the Yoruba have in matters of faith.
Okay, can you explain that?
Yes, let me explain that. I've had the pleasure of studying and living in Europe for about 30 odd years, or more than 30 years. I've been to the United States countless occasions. I've had the pleasure of traveling worldwide. Now, in the Yoruba family, our culture says you cannot force your children, even your spouse, to follow your faith. That is why, let me give you living examples without going into history. People like Dr. Saraki of Kwara is a Muslim. His wife is a Christian.
That's right.
The children pick what they want. Bola Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos, and is a Muslim. His wife, Senator Remi Tinubu, is a Christian. The current governor of Lagos, the current governor of Oyo, they are both Muslim. Their wives are Christian. A very close family. There is no Yoruba family where you do not have all this mixture of Christian marriage and the children picking their own faith. Whereas in Western Europe, in the United States, until J.F. Kennedy, they never even had a Catholic president. And since President J.F. Kennedy, they haven't had anyone else. And
they probably will have a Mammon now. They probably will have a Mammon now.
That's what you think. You want to bet?
In Mitt Romney.
I know. I've read about Mitt Romney. The probability of his becoming a president is slim. It's not nil, because he's a good guy, obviously. But
thank you.
But I doubt it. Now, what we're saying is this has been our culture. They are just trying to create that in the United States. Until recently, in the UK, we have problems between Catholics and Protestants. That is in Northern Ireland.
Dr. Adegoke, you owe me another 30 minutes next week.
Yes, sir. I am loving what you're saying. We need to bring you back.
Rebecca wants to fire 10 questions, and Rosemary is answering to 20 questions. And I'll just keep quiet, but you owe me at least 30 minutes next week. And please, we have to be able to get you. We have to continue this, and we have only 2 minutes. But I'm gonna come with one question, and it has to be a very short answer. Aregbesola was said to have Governor Aregbesola was said to have disrespected, or let me put it this way, ignored the vice president yesterday. My own thinking is I honestly supported his action, but based on the explanation he gave, but some people are saying that it is because he alleged that the vice president had a hand in trying to remove him from office when he got into office earlier. What is your take on that, sir? In about 60 seconds.
I'm confident Governor Aregbe will not have willfully done that to the president. Remember, this is a gentleman who came